Well, welcome everyone. Welcome to tonight's broadcast. It's Thursday night, and on Thursdays I talk about tenants, toilets, and trash. Tonight we're not going to talk about any of the tenants and the toilets and the trash, but what we are going to talk about is how to find your next rental property. And I've introduced to you, and I'll go over it for the people who are just tuning in on my YouTube channel, how to find this software. If you go to my website, wisewealthuniversity.com, and click on the resources tab and go to number 5. Let me just show that to you. The resources tab, go to number 5, and you'll get the software. And the software will help you analyze both rentals and flips and rehabs. Tonight we're going to talk about the rental part of the analysis, and this is a free software that you can sign up for. What I've done is set up a test. I'll show you what the account looks like. And then under my deals. And I've set up a test account because I bought it a long time ago, so I actually have it working in Excel. But right now the whole thing's online. And so here's my test account, and let's go view that. Sorry, wait, for you guys on Instagram, I might have to zoom in a little bit. I don't know if I can make it any bigger. I'm just going to zoom in. Let's stay over here. Okay, so let's go over the purchase assumptions. And you might have to go full screen if you're watching this on your computer. I'm trying to see if there's any way that I can zoom in. Let me just see if I can make it bigger. Okay, let me zoom in. I don't want to forget with Instagram to not go back and change if I move it. Okay, let's see. Zoom in again. All right, I hope that makes it more clear for you guys. So I'm going to be looking over at my second screen. So what I've done is set up a rental property, potential rental property, which would have a purchase price of $50,000. I'm just going to move it up so it's in the middle of the screen. And for that, you're going to be looking at some of the cheaper markets, maybe Memphis, Detroit, Atlanta, things like that. Closing costs, $1,500. And holding costs $1,500. I'm going to switch over to my exit strategy. And this is during the rehab phase. So say you buy a place that needs a lot of work. I'm also going to check, I was checking on Periscope to see if I have any comments. All right. Anyway, if you do a rehab of about $20,000 on that rental property, and say it takes you 2 months, that's where the holding costs come in at $1,500. So insurance, taxes, trash, utilities, that sort of thing. I'm assuming that you used all cash because it's under $100,000, and that's where private lenders come in, because I can teach you how to do that. All right, so that we're going to do a rehab project. Now let me move the camera over for Instagram. All right, this is a buy and hold rental analysis. Exit number 2. We'll talk on another show about exit strategy number 1, which is to flip it. So if you buy it for $50, you add $20, your after repair value, let me move it again. Center it. After repair value is going to be $100,000. Months to rent, the rehab period's over, so it's going to take you 2 months to rent. And you used $73,000 to buy this property, rehab it, and do holding and closing costs. So you're all in for $73,000. So your percentage of ARV is 73%. Everybody get that, right? If you have a comment, type it in the chat. I have chat on YouTube, chat on Periscope, and chat on I'm not watching the Facebook chat, so those are the only two I can see right now. And of course on Instagram. You can leave comments on Instagram, but I have to turn my head sideways to look at the comments. All right, so 73%. Your projected operating income is $1,200, so that's what you might rent it for. I think that's a little high. I don't seem to be able to change it right at this moment. Maybe because I've already set it up. All right, and so your projected operating expenses. Now, these would be insurance and taxes. It does not include the mortgage because you take your fixed expenses first, and then you decide if you're going to, how you're going to finance it, because everyone's financing is the same, but your taxes and insurance should be similar for every property, but everyone finances it in a different way. So if your rent is $1,200, I might guess it might be $1,100 for a $100,000 house. And your projected operating expenses would be $260. So now you have $940,000 left over. I probably have to put it in edit mode or something to do that. So yes, I want to refinance with permanent financing, and mostly for a rental, you're going to have a refi of 80%. It's hard to get higher than that on a rental property. So you're going to be able to refi at 80% of what the value is on the house. They'll do an appraisal. New mortgage rate, I'm going to say 5% because it's usually a point to a point and a half above the going rate, which is now around 4%. High 3s to 4. Amortization, number of amortization years, 20. And then your discount points and miscellaneous costs of getting the loan is 3 points. And that's 3 points of the $80,000 that you want to get. So $80,000 minus those points and expenses makes the cash that comes out of $77,600. Your new payment is $525. I'm going to move Instagram over so they can see this better, because it's kind of at an angle right now. There we go. All right, so let's review what you got here. You bought a house for $100,000. I'm sorry, for $50,000. It's now worth $100,000. You put in $20,000 and you had some closing costs. You're now going to refinance that property as you put a tenant in it. Your projected rent is $1,200, and then you have projected expenses of, trash, taxes, maybe the water bill, but off in the insurance, tax and insurance. So PITI is principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. You're paying the taxes and insurance. Now we're going to calculate the PI, which is the principal and interest. So with a new mortgage at $80,000 of the appraised value, you're going to net $77,000 out of that. You profit $4,600 because remember, it costs you $73,000 to actually get the rehab done, right? You bought it and you put in $20,000. So and I've done this many, many times on smaller rental houses. You get a small amount back, like for $4,600, and your amount of return, your ROI on your cash invested, is 18, almost 19%. Really, that's excellent, excellent. And that's because that's the $73,000 that you put in. So your return on investment. Your original money is tied up after the refi. No, because you got the money. You got your own money out and you made a profit. So that's your return on the $73,000 you put in. The equity left after the refi is $20,000 because remember, your loan is only for $80,000. So you still have 20% equity in there. Your cash flow before you pay taxes, not property tax, but before you pay taxes on your income, is $412. And now your cash on cash return, that's your cash flow, 412, because you got to pay the mortgage, 525. But your cash on cash is infinite because you took all your money out. So essentially you have zero money in the property. Everything that you're taking out, everything that you're getting out, cash on the cash that's still in there is infinite. So other ratios to look at is your cap rate on the property based on the ARV is 11.25%, which is quite nice. I would probably change the rent to maybe $1,100 or even $1,000. I'm going to look at and see. My screen's going a little bit crazy here. I'm not. I have the Excel version, so this is the online version. If you got this one free, this is what you would have. The other thing I want to show you is that you can also find deals when you're in the software, okay? And remember, I'm just going to go over it again. Go to my page, Wise Wealth University. The link is in my bio on Instagram. The link is on my YouTube channel, and the link is on my Facebook page. So you go to wisewealthuniversity.com, go to the menu at the top right to resources, and you'll see the software. It's number 5. I think I need a new screen over here. There's a line going up the screen. All right, so besides your deals, which is the one I just talked about, okay, I've got a test deal down here. You also get to find deals where we're going to pull up a map of the U.S. and you zero in on certain cities. And the cool thing about this is that these deals are analyzed based on the software that's in the system. So no one's going to put in a deal here that doesn't have any equity, because that's what the whole site is about, is analyzing the equity. So I'm just going to zoom in a little bit on Georgia, Alabama, and you can see, let me bring Instagram back here. So you can see each city has a number that says, okay, there's 3 deals, 2 deals, 1 deal. And these are deals that other people who use the software are posting. Let me just find kind of okay, this is going to be very similar to what we just looked at. It's $55,000. It's in Georgia. It's 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2,500 square feet. I'm not really sure why it's $55,000, but let's take a look. It says it's just cosmetic, and the ARV is 130. So the ARV is even, sorry, Instagram, we're on low power right now, even though it was charged up. Let me see how many pictures we have. Sometimes they don't put very, oh, there we go. So yeah, it's been kind of cleaned up. It said it needed some paint. Rehab costs about $20,000. And so your flip profit is $44,000. There's some very, very nice deals. And look, well, some cabinets. There's some very nice deals in Georgia. You might want to change the living room. But really, that's an amazing one. But those numbers go along with the ones I just talked about. Alabama, $20,000. That's definitely a great fix. Normal cosmetic upgrades. Hoarder home. Okay. This one is $135,000. Over 1 acre. Needs a new roof. Cosmetic upgrades. Well, I'll take a look at this one. It says the offer price is $135, but the ARV is $220. So pretty amazing deal. I mean, the yard's in really good shape considering they said it was hoarder. Yep, there's the boxes. Not as bad as what I've seen other hoarder homes, but it's actually in pretty good shape. So there's deals here as well as software, which is really awesome. And you can see sometimes wholesalers are listing them. Just complete the renovation. Here's one in Alabama. So there's deals that match what I just explained to you about the analysis. So it's a brick ranch in Mobile, Alabama. 3-2, 1,300 square feet. It's $48,700. That's the deal I just analyzed for you. And it says the repairs are 16. So let's bump it up and say the repairs are probably 20. The ARV is 92. So it's really close to the deal that I just showed you. So you're going to have to put some work in the kitchen probably. Clean up the yard a little bit. But that is really not bad. It's a deck and everything. So this would make a really nice rental. Or just, flip it. All right, guys. So that is how you analyze the properties. Again, you can go to my site and find it's free software. It's a friend of mine who does the software. And it's called Rehab Valuator. You can go directly to his site. You're still going to get the site for free. I appreciate it if you go through my referral link that's on my website. If you do ever pay for one of the programs that he has in the future, I get a small commission on that. But for now, it's free software and you do the analysis. Now, the deal is once you upgrade, and this is why people do like to upgrade, is then if you find deals and you're ready to present them to private lenders or to other partners or even to banks for funding, basically when you upgrade to this software, it prints out a very nice marketing report that you can show to private lenders about the properties. But you can always do the analysis under my deals, which is just the real estate and the rentals as well as the flips. All right, Instagram, we are almost out of battery power. So I want to thank you guys for coming tonight. Let me see if I can. I really appreciate you listening. I am live on Twitter at Pink Professor, Periscope at Pink Professor, and then my other channels are YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And there, my name is Wise Wealth University. So I appreciate you all for being here. You have a great weekend. I'll try to be on at least probably on